but I don't get hyped for it. I don't have a passion. Hey everyone, welcome to Clear Discussion. I'm John, and if you clicked on this video, it's going to be a deep one. I mean, you should know that based off of the title, but I want to get right into it. I think we get caught up in what we are supposed to do in life, if that makes sense, where when you're a kid, you have school, you have chores, and you have a lot of fun time or play time, hopefully. And as life goes on, you kind of assume these roles in life. You go from, elementary, you go to high school. In high school, maybe you play sports, maybe you start to get a sense of what you want to do in life. And as you move on from there, on a standard way of living, you go from high school to college. Obviously, there's different ways you can live your life. I'm just kind of breaking down these obvious steps. And from college, we're told we're supposed to have a degree and to, become an engineer, become a lawyer, become a nurse, all these different things, all these different occupations. And I do think that these are good things for a huge number of us. I think for the average person, I think that kind of going through these steps is good because a lot of the time you're not sure what you want to do in life, and kind of taking these steps seem like you're going in the right direction. And I do think for some people that is the way to go. But here's my perspective on things. So currently I work 9 to 5, and I don't dislike my job at all. I enjoy it, I would say, as much as you can enjoy a fairly boring job. But I don't get hyped for it. I don't have a passion for my day-to-day work. It's a job. I go in, I do my work, I leave, I get paid, and day in and day out. Now, you have a lot of people who are going to say you got to follow your passion, you got to, work for what you want in life. But I think I speak for a lot of people when I say, what if you genuinely don't know what a sustainable job or occupation is that you have a passion for? Bringing it back to my perspective again, I have a lot of passion for fitness, for going to the gym, for working out, and I have a lot of interest in how the body reacts to exercise, nutrition, to PEDs, all these kinds of things. They interest me. And I love learning about these things. I love discovering something new about all these things. But how can I use that and basically make enough money from that to live life the way I want to, or to live at least a relatively good life? I don't know. I can speak for myself right now and I can say, I do not know. Someone might say, well, why don't you become a fitness trainer? It's not a bad idea, and I've thought about that many times. Some people might be like, well, why don't you do some more research and find some kind of, I don't want to butcher what it is. I think it's kinesiology, which I guess is something to do with the body and how it works. Excuse me. And that could be another option. But when I look into some of these things, I'm not hyped up by them, if that makes sense. And for me personally, if I'm going to put a lot of effort and I'm going to put a lot of work into something and a lot of free time into it, I either want massive payback in terms of money or opportunity to get money, or I want to love what I'm doing. And that's, I think, a lot of what we miss on our day-to-day life. Because a lot of people go in and out of work, and by that I mean going into work, working for the day, and coming home. And I think that's fine. I'm not bashing. That's literally what I'm doing. And I've like literally just said that it's a fine job for me. And I'm totally content just knocking out my day-to-day work and collecting that paycheck. So part of me wonders if maybe the purpose is more on the side of my personal life. Maybe I'm going to gain satisfaction from from YouTube. Because I do enjoy making these videos, and I hope that they reach people it's going to impact the most, because that's obviously the ideal scenario. I say something that I'm thinking about, I'm putting my personal perspective on, and I'm breaking down in the ways that I can. And if it hits someone and they watch it and they go, yeah, I'm in the same boat, maybe we can bounce ideas off each other. Maybe we can work and help each other. And that's part of why I like this back and forth. Right now I'm obviously just talking to a camera and there's no back and forth. But once this video is posted, people comment, people talk about things, and I can interact with them. I can basically have a conversation, a discussion, if you will, which is the point. Now, obviously, and this isn't what I'm trying to ramble on about, I don't make money from YouTube, at least right now, and who knows if I ever will. So these videos are more, I'm seeing if I can help people, and I'm also seeing how much I'm enjoying it. Because the talking and the interacting, I love. I don't like the editing, personally. That's why there's basically no editing. So doing these acts does give me satisfaction. Doesn't get me money, but it gets me satisfaction. So for that, I'll put it in part of my purpose of life. It sounds so trivial to say that's part of the purpose of my life, but who knows, maybe this is helping even one person, and because of this, their life changes for the better. That's awesome. I hope that's the case. And if it is, let me know, because that'll make me feel better. So we have job, we have kind of, I guess, hobby. This is kind of a hobby. I do put a decent amount of time and effort into what might be relatable for other people and what might work for other people. I just spent several, I don't want to say hours, but I definitely spent some hours doing research on the best habits that I could find through self-improvement channels, through popular YouTubers, through professional athletes. And as I was reading through these, noting them, marking all this stuff down, because I was thinking about doing a breakdown of that myself, it wasn't piquing my interest. I was not getting excited by the idea of making a video like that, probably because I've already done a little bit of the habit video before. But then I literally am watching these videos and the light bulb hit, and I just thought, like, what is the purpose behind everything? You know what I mean? And you can go super deep, you can go religious, spiritual, you can do all that stuff. That's not what I'm going to do in this video. I'm just kind of doing a more day-to-day idea of what purpose could be for you. For me, it is. Or what purpose could be for you and what purpose is currently for me. My job is to make enough money to care for myself and my family, to pay our mortgage, and to pay any other bills that we have on the month, and to hopefully enjoy enough of life to make that worthwhile. But I want to do more. I want to have an impact on other people, and I want to have a positive one. If I wanted to have a negative impact, I would just straight up be a criminal and get as much money as possible for me. So I guess what I'm getting at is you're going to see a lot of people, whether that's on YouTube, whether that's in your life, a prominent figure, whether that's your parents, an older brother or sister, or just somebody you work with that you maybe kind of look up to. And they're going to have your opinions on what purpose in life is, what their purpose is, and what your purpose should be according to them. And I can honestly say, take what they have, understand that if they are doing this in a positive way and they are trying to be a good influence on you, take that as it is. Don't throw it away, but at the same time, know that you're different. You're different from everybody else. What you do, what you want to do, and how you want to live your life is going to be different from everybody else in at least a small category, So the whole point of all this is do allow a little bit of outside influence when we're talking about purpose, when you're talking about what you want to do with your life. But understand that the answer might not come to you immediately. I'm 24, okay? I wish I could say as a kid, I knew I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to be a firefighter. I wanted to be a pilot. I never had that as a kid. You know what I wanted to be? I wanted to be an explorer. And guess what? Most everything is explored. I don't like the ocean very much, so I'm not going to go exploring the ocean. The land has been charted, and frankly, space is probably a little further away than casual exploration. You got to have a lot of qualifications to get into that, something that interests me, but don't think I can pursue it realistically. So understand that your purpose might not be evident to you. I cannot say when it will be. I cannot say if it ever will be. The best advice I can give is listen to others a bit and allow the things that interest you to interest you. Like I wrote down on my notepad, purpose in life ? When that thought came to mind, because it immediately struck I guess in a good way, it struck a nerve and made me go, oh, I want to talk about that. I was doing other research and I was writing things down, but they weren't piquing my interest. This thing did. And so I'm making a video on this. I don't know what impact it's going to have. I hope it's good. Regardless, it's something that I felt the need to talk about. If something gives you interest, pursue that and see where it's coming from. And it might be a dead end. That's, I think, what a lot of people miss. Is they're like, yo, find your passion and go for it. Dude, I have gone down, hypothetically, so many trails of finding my passion only for it to eventually go, I don't want to do that. So just take everything people have to say, understand it's their perspective, and they don't know truly who you are. You probably don't even know truly who you are. That's why it takes time. But I think a good thing to keep in mind is a lot of people's biggest achievements come in their 40s and 50s, which is really interesting if you ask me, because in the way I view it is wouldn't you have the most motivation, the most drive as a young person? You got your life ahead of you and you want to go for it. I would assume that my effort to push for something great is going to be higher at a younger age. It seems that most people have their bigger events or their bigger achievements occur when they're a little older. Just an interesting thought. So don't lose hope. Don't think that, oh my gosh, I'm going to college and I have no idea what the heck I want to do. I guess I'll just do whatever my brother's doing, or I guess I'll just do whatever my friend is doing. You do you, man. You do what you feel is best. You're different from them. And eventually you're going to have to come to terms with that. And I don't have the answer for you. I don't even have the answer for myself yet. So that's all I can say on the matter. This video is weird in the sense that it doesn't seem, at least in my eyes, it doesn't seem to have a clear ending. It doesn't seem to have a clear conclusion. I'm giving my perspective on these things, and I wish I could say, here's how to do it. But I can't, because I don't even know how to do it yet. I'm still searching for the thing that gives me passion, or the thing that ignites my passion, and the thing that also can sustain my life, because those things are very important. In my opinion, you can't have one without the other. So I'm going to keep searching. I hope you guys are too. And if you are watching this and you're like, dude, I already know what I want to do, and you're like, I want to be a paramedic, or I want to be a teacher, bro, all the power to you. I am truly, I'm a little jealous, because I wish I knew what that felt like. I wish I knew having exact certainty on life. I wish I knew what that was like. So that is the video. There is no conclusion per se. So take what I have to say in the same category as what I was saying for others. Know it's my perspective and do what you will with it. That's it. If you guys like this video and if it was helpful for you, please hit that like, hit the subscribe button, and do comment. Let me know what you guys think, because I really do enjoy the interaction back and forth. That gets me the most excited about these videos, is seeing if they're helping people, and if people have questions or issues, how can I help them more? So that's all I got for you guys. Have a great day, have a great week, and I'll catch you later. Take it easy.